Mazda's actually going pretty good.
Yeah, it's actually not going that bad. How's it going, guys? My name is Chase Farrow, and today we've got a bunch of projects going on. So as I mentioned in the last video, we're getting ready to do a rally to Tennessee at the end of this month. So we've got not one, not two, not three, but 4 vehicles today that we're trying to do rally prep on. Now my car is ready for the most part. All I gotta do is I gotta swap my race seat out and I gotta put my street seat back in. It's only like a 10-minute thing, so I'll throw that in at the end of this video. But yeah, now I got here a little bit after everyone else, so everyone's already been working on the cars. There's bags going on this Volkswagen back here, coilovers and I think brakes on this S550, and then lower control arms and coilovers on the F-body here. So first up, we got the bags going on this Volkswagen here. Oh, so these, oh, those are sick. Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome. Now, you were running into an issue with not having the pressure switch.
Correct.
You said Summit didn't have one?
Summit doesn't have any in stock in the Arlington store.
It's a clean looking setup though.
So once
at least it will be once you're done with it.
Yeah, so I have the subs out there. The tank will be mounted here. The manifold and the ECU, which is on the other side right now. I just have it kind of sitting there.
Oh, okay. So the tank's not mounted. It's just chilling there.
Yeah, it's going to actually sit forward. It'll be mounted forward. But here's the valve block and then the ECU. And then the ECU's got I think it's RGB, so you can change the colors and stuff like that.
See,
and then
this is a whole different world of what I'm used to. I'm used to like
go fast,
the race stuff. I'm used to race suspension, and I know bags have come a long way over the years. In fact, I know people that actually even track cars with bags on them.
Yeah. I know Raceland makes some. Raceland's a pretty good company. They make some decent, like time attack style coilovers, bag setups. Yeah.
I know one of the biggest problems traditionally with them was their reliability, but I also know that they're not exactly like they're structured different now than they used to be.
Yeah.
Like now it just looks like a normal.
It's a strut.
Like just a strut with a little bag on it.
Yeah. Not like the old ones used to be like a billow bag where it was like a small little bracket and then it had the big bag on top and it kind of sat kind of clunky in there.
So is that something that like do they have a lifespan? Like do you have to replace them every so often, or is it pretty much good for the life of the car?
I would probably say bags, depending on how much you use it, like up and down, this would be a daily, so probably every 3 years you have to swap a bag out. But bags are $30-40 for a rebuild, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, I imagine like the real expensive part of these kits is all the tank, all the management, all the kind of all of this.
Yes,
which is part of what makes me never want to do something like that. But
and in all honesty, that was really not that much wiring. If you run level sensors or height sensors, which I'm not running because it doesn't matter to me, but height sensors would be where it would hit a certain level of height and then it would shut itself off.
Gotcha.
And then you can actually preset. I have a control.
Oh, you know what? I think Braden has. That's how the bags on his Maxima are. Okay.
Probably, yeah. It's an E-level kit, yeah. So this it's just an old. I'm guessing it's like an old iPod, and then it just runs to the back. And then if you had the E-level control, you could run 3 all the way aired up, 2 drive height, and 1 be aired out. And then this is left front, left rear, right rear, or both front, both rear. So you have individual, you can set them up individually, pressure-wise and stuff like that. So
I have a feeling by halfway there, I'm probably going to be real sick of my car.
Yeah, you know, this isn't fast. I mean, I'm old. I don't really care about going fast anymore. I just like things to look good. So,
well, I'm going to go check out, see how things are going on these other two, because the Camaro's having some trouble.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this up and then I'm gonna go help Corey with his stuff.
Oh yeah,
I'll be right there.
All right, so we got the F body over here. What kit is this for the sway bar? And
it's UMI.
It looks good, dude. These things look sick. These things look really good. Got these Viking coilovers for the F body. To be honest, if I didn't do silvers, I probably would have gone with Vikings. It seems like whenever I go to events and track days, all the C5 guys and all the Camaro guys that are running them, they seem to always be doing really well. So who knows? Maybe in the future, I might end up switching over to Viking. Then over here we got this S550 getting some coilovers, and Dallas is probably over here making it worse, to be honest.
Shut up! I'm an expert.
That didn't take long.
Let's have a car modding party, he said. It'll be fun, he said.
Let me buy all these components. That's what I said, I guess.
It'll look really nice.
Next time everybody only gets one mud.
Quick little walk around that one. And then we have my buddy Wyatt, who has, I'm being vlogged while I'm vlogging. Yeah, see.
So our mission today on the Mazda involves this stuff. We're doing a big brake kit, fortunately just on the front. So we're gonna be throwing some 2-piece rotors on there, these massive calipers, because Dallas is going to be using this as his time attack car. Now this kit is from Yellow. I'm not overly familiar with them, but I guess they're from here in Texas. I think Dallas, you said they're from El Paso?
El Paso. Yeah.
El Paso. So, I mean, they look damn good. So if they work even half as good as they look, then they should be really stout. Then after we do that, we gotta get this rear suspension adjusted because he's scrubbing pretty hard back here. He went to go take it to get inspected, and the fender really dug into the tire. But honestly, that's nothing. I don't think that just bringing it up a little bit, and of course when he goes to get it aligned, that you know, a little bit of camber won't fix right up. We're also putting steel braided brake lines on there, but to be honest, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. I brought the caliper spreaders with me. Brakes are brakes, so we're gonna go ahead and get this thing jacked up and get started on it.
Yeah, we need to replace the wheel studs.
Okay, what's that?
What's wrong with your wheel studs?
Boogered up.
Oh. Okay, so we've run into an unexpected problem. These studs are absolutely just borked. These are definitely gonna have to be replaced. So true to form, things have not gone as planned on any of the cars. The Volkswagen needs a pressure switch. The Camaro has the wrong sway bar. We're struggling to figure out which way the camber adjustment is supposed to go in here. Still needs the rear end done. And then to top it off, we got the wheels off of the MS3 and we discovered a whole new problem. And that is this. These studs are absolutely destroyed. So we're kind of trying to work that out. We sent a couple of people to the store to get some new studs and to get a few other things. We're gonna try and get these swapped out since we're gonna be taking the brakes off anyways. Meanwhile, Dallas is over here trying to get this caliper off, and Dallas is just making my job of bleeping audio harder.
Sorry.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I stopped recording at the right time. Dallas is yelling profanity, so I figured I would come on over here and see if you guys have had any luck.
Just trying to figure out.
Oh, did you get it? Neato. So wait, you did figure it out or no?
Nope.
Oh, womp womp. So y'all are still having the camber plate issue.
So I guess we picked a direction and we're gonna go with it.
That works. Dallas, do me a favor, get all the cursing out of your system before I press play.
I'm working on it. Hold on, because if I hit my hand on something, it's for sure coming.
Are we going the wrong way?
I don't know. I just said it in the.
Okay. I was like, F it.
Hey, what are you doing over here?
Breaking stuff.
I'll tell you what they're not doing. Taking a brake caliper.
Dallas, you done broke the front bumper.
And then Dallas put a freaking huge dent in the fender.
He headbutted it.
You put
Oh, you're gonna kick me.
No, I'm not gonna kick it. I'm just gonna.
Don't you hit me with your skater boy shoes. See? I got it. Did you get that on camera?
That either worked or it just ruined that bolt. All right, so now the disc and caliper is off of both sides. So now the next thing we have to address, we got to do something about these really, really messed up studs. So those are on the way. We're gonna knock these out and then pull the new ones through. This has gone really well so far, yeah? So there was, the plan was to have get 4 cars ready. You'll start at 11.
It's now 8:14 p.m.
And none of them are ready.
In my defense, mine is going okay so far. Kind of. Shut up! I have just learned I'm not doing coilover installs. That's what I've learned out of all this. No, like...
You heard me complain about mine when I put
It's
mine
actually not as hard as they're making it.
Yeah, it's like I said, we're about 9 hours in now.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that one's just staying there tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one might too.
That we're gonna wake up tomorrow and all these cars are still gonna not be finished.
Nope.
Awesome.
The Mazda's actually going pretty good.
Yeah, it's actually not going that bad.
Yeah.
We'll be able to get those studs through. We just got to figure out like some kind of spacer that we can, or we could actually use the wheel as the spacer. I might have an idea. All right, so we got one of the old lugs on there, one of the ones that's not messed up. And so basically what we're gonna do, I'm gonna ugga-dugga this thing and it will pull this in. And that'll kind of, you can kind of see on this one, we'll just pull it into the hub and it should be good to go.
Now the
that's
real thing
on.
would be to see.
If they're bent.
No. If they, don't say that.
Hit the wheels.
All right, moment of truth. Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
Okay, so how badly do you want steel braided brake lines?
I like it.
Yeah, if we're gonna do it, might as well do it right.
That's not. There it goes. So like right there.
Woo! Look at that.
All right.
That looks sick, dude. Yeah, that's about where they're gonna sit. I mean, we gotta put the brackets on, but I just wanted to mock it up and see how it was gonna look. Dude, those look nasty.
It better.
So we're good to start putting the brake line on. So this is kind of weird. This looks like it's specific. I don't know, maybe it'll line itself up. But so basically, the way these work is you have this guy. If you look in there, it's got this little hole. And then if you look through here, it's got double-sided, like a hole on each side.
Right.
So basically, I mean, you need the two brass washers. The thing I'm kind of confused about is, like, will it line itself up?
Right.
And there's no marking on the outside of the bolt to indicate, like, where the pass-through is pointing. So I'm not super ultra mega confident about that. So if the brakes don't work or they start spraying brake fluid everywhere, we'll know it's not lined up.
Right.
All right, so we skipped ahead a bit. We just got the caliper on there, had to kind of figure out the bracket stuff, and that took me a minute. But will the wheels clear it? Now these wheels, these ESRs are cut for big brakes, but these are big brakes. So we're about to find out real quick if they fit. Ooh. Let's get a couple of lug nuts on there.
Okay.
That looks gnarly, dude.
Ain't never been a Speed 3 like this before. Oh, it clears!
It clears.
Yes!
Victory. That was a win that we needed this evening.
Very, very
Dude, that
good
looks
job.
so good.
Yeah.
Nice work.
All right, so now what we need to do is we need to get that brake line on that side. And then we got to get the brake on the other side. I've already got the rotor on there. I think what we'll probably do, I'm going to set the camera up on the tripod. The lighting's better over here. And I'll just time-lapse doing the whole driver's side because it's kind of hard to do this while holding a camera. So let's get that line on there and then we'll get the brakes finished. So I don't know if you guys can see this, and I kind of mentioned it on the other side, but the lighting wasn't great, so I'll do it again. There's a little hole inside of here where the pressurized brake fluid comes through. And so you got two holes, one on each side of this bolt and then through here. So basically it should, once it's on, I don't want to lose my place there because it's these two. It should come through and then go down into this port on the caliper. There's no like reference point to know exactly whether it's lined up or not. So I'm going to mark this with a Sharpie. Basically like right here. And And then on the opposite side right here, theoretically, once it's screwed all the way in, it should line itself up. But I guess we'll find out here in a second. Okay, so I have it lined up and tightened down. That's the direct opposite side, so it lines up with the Sharpie marks. So this should be good. Now that that's on, now we just need to wait for Dallas and Danny to get back so we can get the brake lines on. Alright, so we fast forwarded a little bit, but we finally got the brake lines on. That was actually arguably one of the worst parts. Because unfortunately, I don't know where this car resided. It came from Austin, but I'm pretty sure this thing either lived up north or near the ocean for the majority of its life, because it's got 98,000 miles on it. And there's a lot of corrosion, like the knuckles, everything like this leopard printed, basically.
Surface.
Yeah. So on the driver's side right here, it's really hard to see back in there. But that underside, that nut there, did not survive. We ended up having to use vice grips. But we did get it on. It's secured. And so now it's time for us to test brake pressure.
Okay.
A few minutes later.
Okay, brakes are on, tested, they're biting, everything's working. We're gonna break them in tomorrow. Wheels are on, they look fantastic. This is awesome. We're exhausted. Tyler showed up, he brought food. So we're gonna eat, and I think...
Sponsor us, McDonald's.
Yes, sponsor us Whataburger. I'm really glad the wheels clear the calipers, but dude, these things look fantastic. So tomorrow we got to get these broken in. We need to get this raised up a little bit. But yeah, they're still working on the F body over there though. Let's have a look at that. So how's it coming? Oh, it's not. Okay.
It's not on this side.
Okay. The S550, the front coilovers are on. Rear's not yet. It didn't go the way we'd planned, but
It was a rough day.
it was a rough day. It was definitely a rough day. But we're still at it.
Yeah.
It'll get done. In the meantime, I'm going to get washed up. I'm filthy. I'm starving, and we're going to skip to tomorrow. So, see you there. Alright, so it's the next morning. We got the MS3 out, and we're losing a little bit of fluid from what I assume is the remote bleeder here. And so we got to jack the car up. And then, of course, we got to adjust that back there, like I said. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing jacked up and yeah, get started on it. Alright, so we got the suspension adjusted in the rear. We seem to have stopped all the leaks on the brakes, so now we're gonna just meander about the neighborhood kind of slowly. See how it does. That's on the brakes.
Yeah. Is it already doing it? I see pieces of rubber hanging off the tire. Yeah,
Okay,
but
that sounds like scrubbing.
Yeah, we got tire coming off like crazy, bud.
Okay. Well, let's just ease it in to the driveway.
Ah, Chase, we're losing tire like crazy, dude.
All right, so we brought the car back, and it really did just murder this tire here. But we figured out why, because the ride height does need to come up a little bit over here, but I pushed it in just so we could roll it back. But this fender here is just marred. This right here was like pushed, like pulled down. So every time Dallas would let off the clutch, it would, like the car would kind of like load the suspension, and it was pushing the tire into this all this messed up stuff here. So we're gonna take a mallet to it. I'm gonna bring the ride height up some more, and yeah, see if we can go from there. All right, so we're taking an intermission because allegedly Corey's car is on the ground. Wow, look at that. All right, so now you just got to do the backs. So now we are 1 for 4 again.
Yeah.
Well, half
This
for
one's
half
like
for 4.
half.
All right, so between the 3 of them, we're like 1.5 for 4.
1.5 for 4.
Hopefully this one shouldn't take too much longer though. All right, take 2 on testing this thing out. We found the source of the brake issue. It was the actual brake line on the back of the caliper, so I was kind of chasing ghosts for a little bit, but seems okay. Clutch in.
Clutch in.
And then just lay on the brake. Okay, so it is slowing it down.
I don't see anything back here yet. I don't see shreds of rubber. You want me to go again?
Yeah, let's again. Okay, you're for sure scrubbing on the tail end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear it.
The only thing I could think of, it's possible that coil may just be blown.
Right. So we're about 20 again.
Yep.
Clutch in, brake.
That is bouncing hard back there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Right. I can't even really get up to speed or we're just gonna bottom out.
That's the...
Yeah.
And it's not doing... I mean, it's bouncing on this side, but it's not... Yeah, this is not... Oh, now you're scrubbing on both sides. Yeah. Now that side's scrubbing.
Do you see tire getting shredded?
Let me hop out and check. It's getting into this one a tiny bit. It's getting into that a lot of bit. Yeah.
Yeah, we
just gotta...
We just gotta get it.
Yeah.
We gotta stop
Yeah, the only way that should be bouncing like that, or the only way it would be bouncing like that, is if those shocks are just blown. Alright. I'll pick back up here in a minute.
Not good.
Alright, so I just got back home. We ended up having more problems than we had expected. The Mazda ended up just being an absolute basket case. We just ended up running into more issues than we had anticipated. We were able to kind of deal with most of them as they came along, but we ended up coming to the conclusion that its rear shocks from that coilover kit were just absolutely done. Off camera, we even ended up having Dallas and Corey get in the back seat of the car, and they're not huge dudes. They're about average size. And with them sitting in the car, that like 1.5 inch of wheel gap just disappeared. Like the fenders were resting on the tires with them in the car. So it's actually not likely that the Mazda is going to end up being ready in time. So he's probably going to either take the Hellcat or he might take his C5 Z06. His Terminator's going, but he's not the one driving it. He's having one of his friends, actually the guy that he bought it from, is going to fly out and he's going to drive the Terminator on the rally, so that'll be cool to have that car there as well. Pretty predictably though, the weekend didn't go quite as planned. It never does with cars, you know how it is. But I ended up running out of time and energy. I had to make the 2-hour trek back home because I still had work to do, and I still have to get my seat swapped. So we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick. I'm not gonna talk you through it. You've seen me do this before. I'm just gonna basically swap my race seat out. I'm gonna have to readjust my harnesses a little bit because anytime I swap out my seats, I always end up having to readjust a bit. But I'm just gonna set the camera up on the tripod and we'll just time lapse it. It wouldn't be working on the car if I didn't have something cut me. And just like that, the car is ready, the seat's in, and we are good to go for the rally. Now, I might have one more video between now and the rally. I know we got to finish Tyler's front splitter, and then he ordered a new spoiler that we got to put on. But after that, then the next video will probably be the kickoff party and then probably day one of the rally. I've been investing in some new camera stuff. If you saw the last video, then you saw I kind of did a little reveal and it had some roller shots in it. The camera that I did that with, I actually bought specifically for the rally. So there's going to be lots of rollers, lots of really cool footage for that. So definitely be sure to keep an eye for those videos. But that's going to do it for this video. So as always, until next time, drive safe, throw your car batteries in the ocean, and I'll see you later. Bye.